He got top 8 on the European Championship last year playing Vanquish Soul K9. So he was like 1 game away from getting to the World Championship. He's from Ireland, so coming back here, trying to be the second Irishman to win back-to-back UK nationals. But it seems like Teller won the Dairo?
I believe so. We're currently trying to have a look exactly what is one of the starters. So with the brand new Tellers, what you want to be looking for is you want to be looking for either direct access to your caster, or you're going to want to be looking for the Tellarknight Scission. They can both act as starters themselves to get you moving, but then you also have the Teller Nova Binding, which is another way to kind of start your plays off. And it looks like Rabbi is just going to be passing straight there.
Ooh. Yeah, it's even interesting because Rabbi is not playing copies like Mooch armies, right? Because that's a reason that you would like pass with nothing on the field, try to activate a Mooch army. But it seems just a handful of hand interactions. So Adam's normal summon Quem will be met with Effect Veiler, and then we see a Fallen of White.
Yeah, not a bad way to start off for Adam on this one, but as you mentioned, if your opponent is just going to pass to you there without playing a single card, you could expect that there will be some sort of resistance to trying to build. And a call by the Grave on the second Effect Veiler, not even on the first.
I guess it makes sense if you're Adam, because you're happy with the Quem being interacted with because you have the Fallen of White, and with Effect Veiler, even if let's say he only cared about the Quem, he would be Rabbi would be able to chain the second Effect Veiler to the activation of Callback in the first one.
Yeah.
But we do see the Ecclesia being summoned here after the resolution of the Fallen of White. And this is where Branded starts getting really scary because, yes, you're using hand interactions, but like you have so many ways. Your card's already generated advantage. Like you already dumped the fusion that's gonna trigger in the end phase. The Ecclesia will come back, and that's part of the strength of the deck.
Yeah, so the resources here. So I suppose if you're sitting in Rabbi's kind of seat here, unless the next card you draw is something pretty incredible when you're trying to take into account what the Tellers can do themselves and all the different ways that you can start here. Ooh.
Oh, or we're just
Adam's
going for
very
game.
aggressive.
Yeah, so the Super Polarization here, making the Garura, which does do double damage, and it has discarded a copy of the new Tri-Brigade Spriggan's kit, which allows someone back. Oh, but it can't be the Garura?
2 monsters, same type? I think it's same attribute, different types?
Yeah, so is the Super Poly not a legal activation?
Don't believe it is.
Yeah, because the Garura would be 2 monsters with the same type.
I think it's same type, different attribute?
Same type and attribute, but different names.
Right, got you.
Oh, is Ecclesia a dragon? I thought Ecclesia was a spellcaster.
Ecclesia...
It's a spellcaster, yeah. Oh, it's a light, though. It's a light. The Ecclesia is a light, the Quem is a dark.
Correct, right, yeah.
That's why. So we can activate the Super Poly here, apparently. But, I mean, that still puts Adam in a very comfortable position, right? Where he has the Quem, he has the Ecclesia able to tag out. He's going to have the Super Poly that we know now that is sat, and a Fallen Inverted in hand, into Rabbi that had no plays during turn 1.
Yeah, I feel in this particular position here, after seeing that Super Polarization, I feel that... Rabbi's in a good position here in the sense that if Adam doesn't know exactly what they're playing, as we saw in the previous round, it might be more beneficial for Rabbi. No matter what he draws here, is just kind of, and that doesn't look like the best one you want to be looking for. And he's going to scoop you straight out. Yeah, that makes sense.
So this way he denies Adam of the information of Motion Perulia could be good, generically, because like you might want to take like Triple Tactics Talons or some of the cards that are not as good going second. But we'll see Rabbi going first here. Let's see. He does seem to have a playable hand, so...
Brilliant. So starting off with the brand new Teller Nova Binding, it's just explaining exactly what that card does. So on resolution, you discard a card, you get to special summon a Constellar or a Teller directly from the deck. So you can see that Adam probably isn't as fully familiar with the deck like this. But it's definitely one of them cards that straight away, if you have Ash Blossom, you're probably going to use it.
Yeah. It's interesting because Branded like usually doesn't side as Ash Blossom like going second. It's not really part of its strategy.
Yeah.
And here we see Tellers do have some very good going first options into Branded. Constellar Play, this is really strong. If we could establish a 7 material Tellarknight Ptolemaios to skip Adam Leonard's turn.
Yeah, I mean, in the past, that probably wouldn't have been as easy to achieve on a consistent basis, but the new Tellarknights themselves are really, really good. So what we're going to be seeing here is we're going to be seeing the Constellar Caster, which is going to allow you to special summon any Constellar directly from the deck, and in this scenario, we're going to be summoning out the brand new Tellarknight Scission. Now, the one very important thing to remember about more modern Tellarknights is that they can treat themselves, they're always treated as a Constellar monster as well. So we're going to be searching ourselves out a Constellar Caduceus. The Caduceus will allow itself to be special summoned to the field as long as you control another Constellar. And then moving on the back of that as well, you get to add a Constellar spell or trap.
Yeah.
And in this scenario, we're probably going to be adding ourselves a Constellar Tellarknight. So it snowballs very fast.
Yeah, and we have not even normal summoned yet, right? Because this all started from the binding summon in the caster.
Correct.
So we still have a normal summon, so we can have a copy of like maybe the old Tellarknight Altair or the Nab to like have another layer of extension.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how we navigate this one as well, because there's actually a way where you could even go for the good old-fashioned Tellarknight Vega. So it looks like we're going to be activating the 7th Tachyon right now. So we're going to be revealing, I can only imagine, number 104. Yep. And that's going to bridge you into a level 4 light, which in this scenario for Rabi is going to be... Is that a Lyran?
It's a Lyran, yeah, that's the new one. What does Tellarknight Lyran do? So if a Tellarknight or Constellar is normal summon to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if it's summoned, you can add a Tellarknight spell.
Correct. At this current moment in time, you can even search out the Constellar Tellarknights, or you search yourself out the Tellarknight Skybridge.
Okay. So we already, yeah, probably going to look into getting the Sky Bridge because we already have a copy of the Constellar Tellarknights in hand.
Correct. So we're just going to be going into the brand new Constellar Deltaros here. Now, again, with people watching at home, you might be like, hang on a minute, that requires 3 level 4 monsters. Well, luckily, the Tellarknight Stygian can treat itself as 2 materials for a Tellarknight or a Constellar monster that requires 3 or more materials. So that's how we're going to be able to kind of express that step. And the brand new Tellarknight Constellar Deltaros is going to give you the ability to add any light monster from a Tellarknight or a Constellar monster from the deck to the hand, and then immediately after the effect resolves, you normal summon a light monster. So this is an additional activated effect. It doesn't use up your normal summon or anything like that. And that is why being able to add the Lyran is going to be very important here, because whatever we choose to add a normal summon, we should be able to block any interactions from Adam by chaining the Lyran as chainlink 2.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's also important that the Rabi still has his normal summon. So in the scenario, like he could go like summoning the Nab, use the Nab to get the Altair, and then the Altair could be normal summon still.
Correct.
I'm seeing a lot of level 4 monsters. I don't know if Adam is in his head is Ptolemaios like a card, like, because last time we usually see Ptolemaios as this overlay into Cyber Dragon Infinity in the old like Pendulum decks as a way of basically converting 3 level 4 monsters into any rank 5. But here there's a chance that we might be seeing it for the second effect.
Yeah, so we summoned out the Tellarknight Unokalai. Unokalai sent from deck to grave the Altrian. And then it looks like we are adding the Skybridge as well. So Adam's just reading Skybridge to confirm exactly what it can do. The best thing about Skybridge is we can already go into Altair and extend the field a little bit more. And it looks like we're going to be activating the Constellar Tellarknights to bring back the Stygian. And then we're going to be activating the effect of the Altrian in the graveyard to bring itself back. So at this moment in time, we have 5 materials and we are going into Ptolemaios. I can only imagine Ptolemaios, so we're going, oh, Caduceus.
Oh, it's because you can rank up the Ptolemaios on top of the Caduceus, right?
Yeah.
So we made the Caduceus.
So you can use Constellar Tellarknights to rank the Caduceus up 1.
Yeah.
And then that can work its way into pretty much any of the other Tellarknights. And then I'm pretty sure, yeah, so you rank yourself up into Ptolemy M7, and then it looks like we're using Constellar Tellarknights to go into Ptolemaios, exactly what's going to be happening here, and then we're going to be using the Ptolemaios effect, detaching all 7 of those materials, and basically bypassing Adam's turn, and Adam's seeing the writing on the wall. It looks like he's going into game number 3 on that.
The deck definition, I think I would go with the idea that, yeah, it's going to be a deck that's trying to hand interact me. It's not trying to, like, let me set it up, because a deck that plays multiple copies of effect failure is not realistically a deck that's going to be full on field breakers. There's only so many cards you can side in. Yeah. Also, if he knows the Tellarknights, he might be able to guess the Dominus Purges, right? Like, they contextually make sense. But we're going to see here him starting with the Shrouded Dragon, sending the Fallen of White to draw a card.
Is this an ideal one you want to start with? Do you fear anything at this point?
It is a bit weaker into drawing Lockbird. But the advantage is that you just put a Fallen of White in the grave, so if you have a Quem to revive it and stuff like that, you can have more ways of getting there. So there is like a normal summon of a Cartesia, a special summon of Cartesia, right? Because you have the Albas in grave and Fusion into Granguganol.
Oh, it looks like Adam opened up. Does he play 2 Albion, the Shrouded?
3, yeah.
3. Okay, so it looks like we opened up
yeah.
2 in that opening hand.
The one advantage that the Album the Shrouded is treated as Fallen of Albus.
Yeah.
So now, and it will be engraver to be able to use its effect maybe in a follow-up turn to send like a copy of Branded Retribution. But this seems to be a pretty slow start by Adam. Although he has a Nadir Servant.
Yeah, taking it back. I remember Nadir Servant being utilized in branded decks. So you kind of see it less and less now these days, but it's still an incredibly powerful card, being able to send another one of your fusion monsters from the extra deck, and it's going to get met with an Ash Blossom.
Yeah, no, that's a good Ash Blossom, because realistically it's trading with 2 cards, right? It's trading with the Quam or the Ecclesia, which would be the search target of the Nadir Servant, plus the card in the Nadir Servant sends.
Yeah.
So well recognized by Robbie there. Recognized that he doesn't have to interact with the first play, but the Triple Tactics Talent looking at hand.
So this is quite an interesting hand, because if I was to kind of dissect this hand a little bit here, Forbidden Drop, it probably isn't putting in a huge amount of work with what we're seeing right now. So that's probably not the biggest threat. The Sigian is on itself is still a very good starter. The Caster is also probably the best starter you have. You're probably not going to want to put back Una Kalai. So it looks like we're putting the Forbidden Droplet back. So Adam maybe has a plan to put a bit more field presence for Rabi to try and interact with.
Yeah, I think it makes sense, because like realistically, how well can you use the Caster and the Sigian together, right?
Very true, yeah.
Like you kind of, right now he's stuck committing a normal summon to one of them.
Correct.
So Adam will have the Titanic Clad being triggering the end phase, probably to summoning a Guiding Quam.
Yeah.
The Guiding Quam will be able to then dump like another one and set maybe Fallen and Virtues. So you set up like kind of this branded half board we've seen a lot. Yeah, Arabic Sand is really normal summon heavy.
Ooh, original Ecclesia, the Virtuous. Not Virtuous, just original Ecclesia.
Oh, there's original Ecclesia, okay. And then he searches a copy of Fallen and Virtues.
Ooh, going to be activating it on our own Grand Grignol.
Okay. Oh, I think I can kind of see it. The Grignol being engraved still has the effect of tagging out into Guiding Quam. So this is pretty similar, right? Like the Grignol is the Quam, and this way you have the Ecclesia to tag into Albus for like another interruption. And the Albus is pretty strong because they're light monsters, right? So you can use like a non-actual like monster to make Albion and then convert that Albion into Mirror Jade.
Yeah, very good approach here from Adam on this one, being able to get the Cartesia to the hand as well. Looks like we're drawing for turn, and there is, ooh, that's not a green card. That's not the Forbidden Droplet.
You don't want too many normal summons here, realistically. Caster is really strong though, and the branded deck doesn't have a lot of monster negates, so it will resolve.
I suppose the question kind of now comes down to it is the familiarity with the Tellarknights themselves.
Yeah.
In regards to like when do you interact? So it looks like we got Lyran, special summon directly from the deck, which is interesting instead of the Asidian.
Yeah, I was thinking of Vega, right? You could go like Vega and then like Vega summon the Asidian from hand.
So Caster can only special summon out Constellars.
Oh, because only Constellars.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And unfortunately, it's only the more newer Tellarknights that are treated as Constellars.
That's true. You got to keep aware of that when playing this deck.
So what this play ultimately does, rather than going down the Sidian route, is by going into Lyran. Ooh.
Oh, there's a good Ash Blossom that interacts with the
Grand Grignol.
Yeah, with Adam's ability of getting Guiding Cam. Because Guiding Cam would be like a lot of pressure, right? Because it is like the Reborn and the Sand.
Yeah.
So this way we have the Ecclesia and a Fallen and Virtues as our interruptions.
So what Ravi's done here, by getting the Lyran directly from the deck rather than Asidian, is it allows him to play around Draw and Lockbird a little bit, because I can imagine we're probably going to be adding the Constellar Tellarknights, because then that will give us a revival from the grave. And we might actually see Constellar Caduceus used not as just a rank up material.
Yeah, it's also it's important for Madam here to see how much he learned from the previous game. I would be surprised if he was really familiar with the Tellarknight cards before. So he's choosing now to interact with it and use the Fallen Virtues to dump the Rindbram. I don't believe he has the old Albas engraved, right? So, but he has the Ecclesia that could tag into it.
Yeah.
So he seems to be going with the path of let's just try to stop 2 level 4s from touching the field.
Yeah, which is it's a good approach to take. And I suppose the other thing as well is if you did read the Constellar Caster, there's that inherited effect that it provides to a Constellar Xyz when it's used as material. So it looks like we're going to use the Constellar Tellarknights to special on the Sigian from the hand. The Sigian will then allow, or attempt to allow Rabi to special add a Constella or Tellarknight directly from the deck to the hand, so you're probably going to go for the Caduceus, which is exactly what we're going to be seeing here. That will then be special summoned.
You have to control a card to special summon Caduceus, right?
Correct, you have to control a Constella.
Yeah, so if you're Adam here, you have the possibility of like, okay, like this guy requires me to have another guy on the field, so maybe this is the time to pop the Albas and like try to get rid of both my opponent's monsters by like fusing with one and mirror jading the other.
Yes, if you can definitely do that, you'll put yourself in a big advantage here.
So we are seeing the Fallen of Y. It's being reborn by the Windbrum. The Fallen of Y is going to trigger to summon. It summons a copy of the Ecclesia, and the Ecclesia is going to tag probably for the Albas here. Yeah,
I think you're completely right here. Clearing both of those monsters off is definitely going to be the benefit for Adam here.
So dumps a copy of Cartesia, which will come back during his next turn. He can also do that, right? He can fuse both of them for the Dogma.
The Dogma requires Ecclesia on the field, correct? So now it's completely unaffected?
I don't remember exactly what it does.
Yeah, I think this is...
Yeah, so Ecclesia monsters in the field or graveyard, so it's completely unaffected. And you can also special summon 2 cards from each graveyard or banishment.
Okay.
So you'll be able to recycle things. Yeah. He could have done Mirror Jade as well, right? Like directly, like have made Mirror Jade and use Mirror Jade to banish one of them. Does Robbie have an extension? Doesn't look like it. And now we're gonna see what Brenda does best.
Yeah. I think unfortunately for Robbie, I don't even know if Forbidden Drop would have helped here.
I mean, it would definitely, because like I think like this Albas might have been Adam's like last interaction, right? So if you're able to interact with this, this Albas, you'll basically be able to resolve your true like rank 4 play and keep going from there.
Yeah. So what have we got going through now? We currently have 3,500 off of the back of the Dragon that Devours the Dogma, 1,500 off of Ecclesia, 1,500 off of Cartesia, and then 1,500 off the Fallen and the White, which puts it up to exactly game.
Yeah,
I
but
believe
the Ecclesia can still tribute herself, right?
Yeah, to Fusion Summon.
Yeah, she likes to bring a guy.